This video shows how to configure a Logix PowerFlex system using the new profiles. You create a new project and give the controller a name, verify that the slot location is correct, and click OK. Now you're going to add a new module, in this case an Ethernet bridge module. Under Communications, you'll scroll down and select the EMBT module. Choose the proper revision and click OK. Give it a name. And an IP address. Make sure it has the proper slot location and click OK. Now we're going to add another new module, in this case a PowerFlex drive. So under Drives, scroll down and select PowerFlex 70 EC. Click OK. Now you're going to give the drive a name. An IP address. Now you're going to click Change to go into the module definition window to define the network I/O. This is going to be the data that's going to be communicated to and from the drive with the controller. Select the revision that matches your drive. And this will take a moment of time because it's actually launching the Drive Tools database server. And then choose the appropriate drive rating of your drive. And then you're going to go in and enable the data links for the data that you want to communicate back and forth with the drive. In this case, we want to read back output current, which is a 32-bit parameter. That's why it takes up 2 locations. And DC bus voltage, which is a 16-bit parameter. And it will only take up 1 location in data link B. And now we're also going to write accel time 1 and decel time 1 back to the drive. And as we're doing this, we're automatically setting parameters inside the drive and the 20COM module. Click OK. In the Connection tab, you can set the RPI. This is the Module Information tab. In the Port Configuration tab, you want to go in and set the subnet mask and the gateway address. And when you have this finished, you'll click Set, and this will automatically set the parameters in the 20COM-E. Now click OK, and let's take a look at the tags. So double click on the controller tags, and let's first look at the outputs. And here are the logic command bits. There's commanded frequency, accel time 1, and decel time 1. And for the inputs, there's logic status bits, output frequency, there's your output current 32-bit, and DC bus voltage, which is 16-bit. Now let's go back to the drive profile. Click on the Drive tab. Now let's take a look at the parameters that were automatically set for you. So first we'll take a look at the 20COM-E. And there's the IP address, subnet, and gateway automatically filled in. There's your DPI IO config with data links A and B enabled. And the same thing for your MS input and MS output. Users will no longer have to go in and set those from here. Now let's go and take a look at the parameters that were set in the PowerFlex 70EC. And we're going to take a look at the data link parameters, starting at parameter 300. And there is accel time 1, decel time 1, there's output current and DC bus voltage. Again, all that was done in the module definition window, so you no longer have to do this in a linear list editor. The only parameter we have to change is parameter 90. And we have to tell it to use DPI port 5, so now the reference will come from the Logix controller. And click Close. And OK. Now let's set our communication path and RS links. Navigate to find your ENVT. And then you want to browse across the backplane to find your controller. You want to set the project path and download. Click Download. Now the entire program is being downloaded to the controller, including the drive configuration settings. It's all part of the ACD file. We're going to say no here because we still need to download the drive configuration. So we'll double click on the drive. We'll click on the drive tab. And now because we're online with the controller, we need to connect to the drive. So we say connect to drive, and it's going to start the communication process. An RSU appears, select the drive, and click OK. And now you can watch the status of the correlation process. Go ahead and click Download because there was a difference found here. It happened to be that the actual drive had a HIM connected to it, but the project that I created did not have a HIM. And we don't care, so we'll hit Download, and the download process begins. First, the drive configuration is downloaded. And then the 20COM-E parameters will be downloaded. And when complete, it'll say that it's successful and connected. Click OK. Your I/O is OK, so now let's go into run mode. You should have a working system now. Say yes. Everything's still okay. Let's go into our tags. Open up the outputs. Let's give it a speed reference or commanded frequency to run. Clear any faults in case the drive was faulted. And then give it a start command. And now let's look at the inputs. The drive is active, it's running at an output frequency, and there's the output current and the DC bus voltage being updated.